Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. And today, as you may have guessed, we are going to talk about color theory. Now, this video originally started out as an idea to make a short prequel to my next painting about how I selected the colors from the reference photo to start the painting. And at the suggestion of a few friends over on Instagram, I decided that I better back up a few steps and actually talk about color theory before I get into that. So here we go. Now I will confess, in preparation for this video is the first time that I have ever actually completed a color wheel in my life. And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not saying that you shouldn't or that it's a bad idea. But most of our palettes look like this. And the one thing that you need to know is mix closer for more vibrant colors and mix farther away for more neutrals. So if I want the brightest, clearest purple possible, I'm going to mix my warmest blue, my purplest blue, and I'm going to mix my coolest red, which is my purplest red. And let's say you wanted a more muted purple. The only thing you have to do is push that red and blue farther away from each other on your palette. Now, before we dive any farther into that, I would like to tell you what colors we're going to use for this color wheel. My cool yellow is going to be azo yellow. My warm yellow is going to be quinacridone gold. My warm red is going to be pyrrole red. My cool red is going to be quinacridone rose. My warm blue is ultramarine. And my cool blue is going to be turquoise. And essentially, this is basically what comprises a split primary palette. It is 6 colors, 2 of each primary, 1 with a warm variant and 1 with a cool variant. Because the palette contains more primaries, your secondary colors, orange, green, and purple, will be more vibrant. Now let's talk about how to neutralize colors. And for that, you need to understand complementary colors. Complementary colors look great next to each other, and they can even draw the eye when placed next to one another in a painting. However, if you do mix these colors together, they will create a neutral. That's because they live on the exact opposite side of the color wheel from each other. So in reality, even though you're only mixing 2 colors, each secondary color contains 2 primaries. Therefore, when you mix your complements, they contain all 3 primaries and will neutralize each other. So why is this so important? Well, it's because no one true primary color exists. They all have biases. So here, I'm going to demonstrate to you what a bias will do to color mixing when you're using a traditional 3-color primary palette. The top one is my 3 warm primary colors, and the bottom one is going to be my 3 cool primary colors. And you will notice that some colors mix very clean and produce vibrant colors, and others do not. I wanted to show you these examples close up so you could see the differences for yourself. In the warm color palette, the orange is very vibrant, but the green and the purple are slightly more muted. And in the cool color palette, the green is the star of the show, but the purple and the orange there are also slightly more muted. And that's because the colors that they were mixed with are farther away from each other on the color wheel, and by default have more of the complement of the color that you're trying to mix, and that mutes them. You can see examples on this sheet, which is my completed color wheel sheet. The orange, purple, and green up at the top right belong to the warm color wheel. The 3 underneath them belong to the cool color wheel, and the ones that are below the split primary are the most vibrant of those 3. Let's swatch out some neutrals from our triads now. The first triad we're going to work with is Quin Gold, Quin Rose, and Turquoise. And the first swatch I'll lay down will just be a nice basic neutral color. And then what I'm going to do with that color is I'm going to lean it more towards the yellow and lean it more towards the blue and then lean it more towards the red, just so you can see the variation that you can get from using the triad and mixing your own neutrals. The second row I will do is just going to be a thicker version of these, so you can see them in their mass tone and then bled out. The second row of neutrals is going to be a triad of Azo Yellow, Pyrrole Red, and Ultramarine. And like I said before, I'm just mixing a basic neutral. I will apply that, and then I will lean it towards the yellow, towards the red, and towards the blue. So finally, we're going to mix some blacks. And some people think it's hard to mix your own blacks, but I don't think it is at all. If you pay attention to what's going on your palette will tell you what color to add. This first triad that I'm going to paint is mixed with Quin Gold, Quin Rose, and Turquoise. And if you look at the color and it looks more purple, you need to add yellow. If it looks more green, you need to add red. And if it looks too orange, you need to add some more blue until you get the black color that you're looking for. The second triad that I am painting right now is going to be the Azo Yellow, Pyrrole Red, and Ultramarine mix. And same idea. If you see too much of one color in your black, add a bit of its complement. And if we take a look at this page, it will give us a good idea of what we can do when we use all three primaries to neutralize colors. There are muted seafoams and peaches and siennas and ochres, and even the blacks have color in them when they are bled out. So that's it. And for a beginner, I will admit, it is a lot of information to digest. So in the meantime, if you just remember that the closer you are on the color wheel, the brighter your colors will be. And the farther you are on the color wheel, the more muted your colors will be. And mix your colors and choose colors for your paintings in that manner. You'll be fine and you will pick this up in no time. Alright, thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to find me on other social media platforms, look for AshlyDeBoardArt. I would like to thank you guys for watching today, and I will see you again in another video.